Good morning and welcome to Gospel Bytes, where we take a bite of the gospel for the day. Today is Sunday, December 28th. It's the Feast of the Holy Family. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, O Lord. The parents of Jesus used to go every year to Jerusalem for the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12, they went up for the celebration, as was their custom. As they were returning at the end of the feast, the child The child Jesus remained behind, unknown to his parents. Thinking he was in the party, they continued their journey for a day, looking for him among their relatives and acquaintances. Not finding him, they returned to Jerusalem in search of him. On the third day, they came upon him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. All who heard him were amazed at his intelligence and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished, and his mother said to him, "Son, why have you done this to us? You see that your father and I have been searching for you in sorrow." He said to them, "Why did you search for me? Did you not know I had to be in my father's house?" But they did not grasp what he said to them. He went down with them then and came to Nazareth and was obedient to them. His mother, meanwhile, kept all these things in memory. Jesus, for his part, progressed steadily in wisdom and age and grace before God and men. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, so on this great feast of the Holy Family, we hear about Joseph and Mary and Jesus. Many years ago, there was something happened here in Winnipeg. There was a family, a husband and a wife and their baby child. They migrated from the Philippines via Toronto, coming here to Winnipeg. And when they reached Toronto, they kind of separated their seats. They were really tired, and they had to go through immigration. They have to go through some questions, and the father was sitting at the back, and the mother was in front. And when they reached Winnipeg, the baby was gone. And the father said, "I thought he was with you." And the mother said, "He was with you." You know? So they realized and they found out the baby was left in Toronto. So father had to fly back to Toronto and pick up the child. And I think this is what happened. It's not that Joseph and Mary were irresponsible parents. How they understood this was that Jesus was 12 years old. In the time in their culture at that time, what they did was when a child is 12 years old and below, he usually stays with the mother because the mother teaches the child everything about housework, about everything that a mother could teach the child. But once the child reaches 12, then it will be the father who will teach him how about livelihood, about responsibility, and many things that fathers teach their children. So Jesus was that age. So probably when they were traveling, they thought he was with the mother, and the mother thought he was with the father. Plus, they have many relatives, so they thought, well, he usually hangs out with his cousins, his um, his other relatives. So, and he didn't have any brothers or sisters, so he must have been with other relatives. And it was only after a day that they found out he wasn't there, and they still continued looking for him. It was on the third day. It's kind of uh, alludes to the resurrection when Jesus was found after the third day. you know. Now, some also say that, well, Jesus disrespected Mary. I don't think he would be an honorable child if he would have disrespected Mary, because when Mary said, "Well, we were looking for you," and Jesus said, "Why were you looking for me? Didn't you know I must be in my father's house?" Actually, it was a reflection of the right teaching that Joseph and Mary must have done towards Jesus. because it's like Jesus was saying, you told me when I was young that God is my father and the temple was his home, so I should be there. So you shouldn't have been looking for me all over the place. You should have known where to look for me. If what you said is true, what you taught me is true, that God is my father, then you know where to find me. Huh? I had a brother, I have a brother, Gilbert. When he was younger, he used to spend more time in church more than I did. So people thought he was going to become the priest, and I not me. But um, there was a time when his friends would call home, would call him, and my mother would answer the phone. They would ask, "Where is Gilbert?" And she would say, "He's not here. Try the church." It's always usually at church. So um, they knew where to find him. And compared to me, when my friends would call me, "Where's Jerry?" and my mother would say, "I don't know. Maybe he's at the movies. Maybe he's still at work. Maybe he's just going out to a party." My mother didn't know where to look for me. But with Jesus, uh, it shows that he was listening to his parents. He was listening to them when he taught them that, well, God is your father. That's your business. So today we acknowledge and we recognize and appreciate our families. They know us, they love us, whatever we do. I always tell people, love your families because of all the people in the world, they're the only ones who will put up with you. Huh? Jesus came in the context of a family. He didn't just sprout out or fall from the sky. So he was born into the context of family. And just like that, too, we are born into the context of a family, the church in the spiritual life. We don't baptize ourselves. We don't just, it's just not me and God. Jesus left us a church as a family so that we will recognize the dignity and the sanctity of family. So, my brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, we're all related in this big, happy family, the church. Well, just like any family, we're not perfect, but it's our duty to lead each other to God. I'm Father Jerry Sembrano for another edition of Gospel Bites. God bless you. Have a nice day and happy feast day.